The night enveloped the cemetery in its darkness, like a black shroud draped over the resting place of the departed. Fog clung tightly to the trees, concealing their branches in a murky veil. The cold air pierced to the bone, causing the blood to flow sluggishly, like an icy stream. Unaware of how I ended up there, I stood amidst this grim ensemble, like a prisoner in a labyrinth of dreams. Step by step, I ventured along the narrow path, illuminated only by the moonlight that pierced through the clouds, as if trying to illuminate the secrets of these forgotten graves. Listening as my breath dissolved into the silence, I suddenly felt that something was amiss. Faint yet distinct sounds, permeated with an eerie quality, filled the air. I froze, straining every fiber of my being, attempting to decipher the origin of this unknown whisper. And then, as if embodying my fear, I saw her. The grave, previously hidden in the darkness, seemed to open from within. The earth parted, sinking down as if unveiling a doorway to the underworld. With a sinister creak, as if cursed, the door of darkness swung open. My hand trembled, my gaze fixated on this horrifying spectacle, unable to tear away. Emerging from the depths of the earth was a figure, dark and ominous, like a ghost from the past, emerging from the shadows to claim the soul of the lost. Fear seized me, like a suffocating mist, and I stood rooted to the spot, unable to move. My legs felt bound by ropes, and my heart pounded in my chest, as if trying to break free. But that figure, rising from the grave, was no ghost. She was real, alive, and that was even more terrifying. Her eyes were filled with darkness, devoid of human warmth, like two black holes devouring the light. At last, my legs sprang to life, and I turned, attempting to flee. But it seemed as though the shadows had closed in around me, blocking my path. My cries were swallowed by the silence, lost in this dark symphony of the night. The figure drew nearer, her footsteps heavy, like the steps of death itself. I closed my eyes, hoping it was all just a nightmare, and that when I opened them, it would all disappear. But when I opened my eyes again, she was there, standing before me, like the embodiment of my darkest nightmares. The dark figure reached out a hand towards my face, and I felt a cold shiver run through me. I closed my eyes, ready for anything, and in that moment I felt something heavy and wet touch my face. My heart pounded wildly in my chest, my breath growing increasingly shallow. I knew this was the end, that I had become a victim of this dark night, and that nothing could save me from this horror. But in the next moment, when I opened my eyes, everything was gone. I stood amidst the cemetery, surrounded by graves and darkness, but the dark figure was nowhere to be seen. Was it all just a nightmare? Or had reality surpassed even the most terrifying dreams? I didn't know, but one thing was clear: I would never again wander through a cemetery at night.